And welcome to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. This is the Raw and SmackDown, we can keep going. SmackDown 205 Live in NXT for May 29th and May 30th. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right prefers to wear Shawn Michaels chaps. Joe Venuto.
This is the SmackDown Live review for May 29th. My peers chaps is in the dry cleaners right now.
Yeah.
The final spot in the...
You don't know. You only see it from, like, stomach up.
Right.
He's wearing chaps right now.
Mm-hmm. Aceless chaps.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Should I continue for that description?
Yes.
It's not a big issue. The final spot for
you don't have to say it, so.
For the Men's Money in the Bank ladder match was up for grabs on Tuesday night. It was originally slated to be Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe. The match underwent drastic change. Nice to return of a 7-foot-tall superstar with eyes on demolishing the leader Yes Movement. Ty Dillinger battled Shinsuke Nakamura. New Day battled the Miz and Bar in a 6-man tag match. And the Women's Revolution stopped off in 2002 for a dance off, pitting Naomi and Lana.
Yes. Well, did you want a 10-minute match between the two?
I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it stopped off in 2002.
Yeah. Actually, I think the dance-off's for later, okay?
Yeah, my SmackDown woman at the time kind of wrestle, so...
fair enough. At least it wasn't pudding.
Right. Preferred. Up first, Daniel Bryan, Big Cass, Samoa Joe promo.
I actually thought it was a pretty good promo. Minus the fact that the whole week they teased Bryan and Joe as singles match. I was really looking forward to it, and we got Cass added in. Besides that, I even understand why they added Cass in. I just wanted to see Bryan and Joe. But with that being said, I thought it was actually a pretty good promo. Cass came off like a total prick. Samoa Joe came off like a total prick. I just loved how he just walked out there, took out a ladder, and took down the briefcase. I thought that was pretty cool. Just that badass just walks out there.
And he got draped into the Seattle Supersonics, so.
Yeah, and I felt also a lot of passion from Bryan in his promo too. Like he was really into what he was doing, which is definitely a breath of fresh air for Bryan. For Bryan on TV now. For Bryan in TV the past year.
Yeah. The Joe promo was fantastic, as it usually is. The bait and switch nature that he's booking Bryan vs. Joe's disappointed. The fans tuned in expected a joy match of Source. If you watch Ring of Honor back in the day, that's why I said Source. And we're informed shortly after that the match would now be a triple front match involving Cass. Cass is good for what he did. I do think they need to work on his character though somewhat, because his character's kind of bland and unexciting and underdeveloped. It's difficult to get behind. He literally has no gimmick outside of his height. That does him no favors.
Maybe Enzo should have added something else besides 7 foot tall. You can't teach that.
Yeah, I know.
He can actually sing.
Yeah. It was a slightly above average promo with the last part in. And the thing would have been better if it was limited to just Bryan, Joe, and Cass in the detail. Up first, Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Ty Dillinger.
I thought this match was very solid. For, like, what, it was 5 minutes maybe?
Yeah, 5-8 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid match for the 5 minutes it was. Yeah, Ty actually got some memorable spots in the match, where he did the 10 cartwheel and then did the come on.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool and helped him stand out from a match that was literally just to get Nakamura a victory. Just to be on the show, really. I thought the match was very well handled.
Nakamura playing up the stipulation of his upcoming match with AJ was a great touch, and really added to that match that was much more on one side. Was much more on one side. It was as one side you would think it would be. Nakamura is so much more effective than the baby. Heel Nakamura is more effective than the babyface version. That never truly connected with the main roster fans. It remains to be seen if he wins the title in Chicago, but his work like this against Ty suggests he should probably get a run with the gold. Up next, Lana and Naomi took us into a time machine to 2002 For a dance
for the
off.
ladies. Well, to be fair, like I said earlier, it's not like Naomi's an in-ring general, and Lana is literally has her first handful of matches. The thing they do the best to each other to build up a feud is dance. So I understand completely why. Lana was over. The dancing was pretty good, and Lana also pulled out one hell of a neck breaker.
Yeah.
It was like an RKO neck breaker.
Visually, it was stunning. Naomi won, if we're going by that, if we're looking for a winner. Naomi was more dancing than Lana was white. I did want to props on the spinner review.
Yeah.
Still, it's on base segment, but it's not really a neat segment either. Because there's no better way to set up the next week's 6-person tag team match. Put Naomi and the Usos against Lana, Rusev, and English. 5 of the 6 people can talk on the mic, so that's not the problem. Well, I guess Naomi can, but she's not shouting. It's a dance off in 2018. And that, for its purpose, it was at least in a segment that did nothing to create any more or less excitement for the Money in the Bank match. So, are you any more psyched for the Money in the Bank ladder match for the woman after that?
No, I wouldn't have put Lana in there again. Though.
Are you less excited for? Well, I'm not saying what you would have done. Are you more or less excited? Did that segment more or less?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Because I don't think they mentioned Money in the Bank in the segment at all. Except the commentator said it.
Well, there you go. There's exactly my point. There was no emotion taken for the segment whatsoever, literally. And worst of all, it harkened back to a time when a woman who could not wrestle made up for it in segments like this. We are past that though now. Even if it did play up to the characters involved, it was unnecessary and wasted everyone involved. Because you literally just say yourself, you have no emotion coming out of it. Besides, they both look good. So, it was hot, and if you're into that kind of stuff.
Okay, so it was a very good waste of time.
Right, that's not the song.
It was a very beautiful waste of time.
Yeah, if it wasn't for a few things on Raw, I would be a lot more hard on this than I was. This would be the biggest booking mishap of the week. You don't proclaim that you're changing the woman,
Alright, so...
and then you go back to the time when they can't wrestle by dancing. Now,
Right,
granted, Lana can't wrestle, but...
Alright, so they have... A spoiler alert. They have Charlotte and Becky announced for next week later on the show.
Right.
What would you do for Lana and Naomi then?
What you're doing next week? 6-person tag. This is exactly what you do.
Just 6-person tag.
This could be messed up more easily. Naomi's getting her hair done, or picking out a wig that she's been coming out with. Lana comes over, talks trash to her, blah blah blah, blah, back, something simple. Lana comes over with English, she starts singing and Rusev, and then the Usos come over. Lana attacks Naomi backstage, throws her on the makeup table. They start brawling, the guys start brawling, officials break up, lay on the mic, bam, 6-person tag. Because at least that way they were showing them getting physical and violent with other weapons, with the table, like fighting, because that's what they're going to be doing in the ladder match, unless they're dancing in a ladder match. What I'm saying is a 30-second, 1-minute backstage segment will do more to build the match than a 5-6 minute waste of time segment. That's what I'm saying. Include entrances like an 8-minute waste of time. That's why I'm done. And you can still get around to it. That's how you do it. It's funny.
Well, this time they did it in the ring, and it was a dance-off.
It's 2018, and we're doing dance.
People got to see, the live crowd got to see Lana, who strangely gets over at weird points of the year.
Well, not strangely. She's always been over. In every point of the year. And strangely gets pushed.
Okay, pushed is more like it, yeah.
Yeah, she's always been over. A dance sold for 2018. That's all I'm saying. But still, I'm going easy on it compared to, because it wasn't a major part of the show.
They're just trying to show off Lana's athleticism.
Very good.
In the best way she can, dance.
easily the worst part of the show, but very easy going because it wasn't a major factor to the show. So there you go. Up next.
Yeah, I agree. It's the worst part of the show.
Worst part of the show, but for worst part of the show, it's nothing major for the show either.
There were worse things. There were worse things this week. So.
Hell, I thought this was better executed than the Gauntlet match itself in Raw.
Yeah.
I thought the Gauntlet match sucked. I thought the last two matches were good in the Gauntlet.
Yeah. I agree.
That was the difference. I thought the Gauntlet itself sucked.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, so, that, and Lashley the same, yeah. More important stuff sucked on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
This was just whatever. Up next, the New Day and The Miz, the New Day defeat The Miz and The Bar.
This was actually a really good match for, I guess, just more or less thrown together 6-man tag. More or less meaning they did like set it up. The Bar has been feuding on and off with New Day, and Miz has literally been stuck in the craw. So
it's not fun together.
Alright.
Because New Day's been feuding with The Bar since The Bar moved to SmackDown.
Okay.
And The Miz has been feuding with the New Day going to Money Bank.
Okay, so it's slightly
for your weekly 6-man tag match.
Yeah. This was actually much better than you could possibly expect. Way much better. So much, though, that if it hadn't been for something that happened later that night, I actually probably would have given the match of the week.
Any combination of talent involved, here's guaranteed to deliver. None of the 6-man involved right now in tag team setting or single setting are having big matches.
No.
They're all 6-man workhorses for WWE among the most reliable performers on the roster. Big E was properly spotlighted, and if I didn't know any better, it was seems like the talented big man may be in line for the singles push. So I'm assuming he's the one in the Money in the Bank match. Miz eating the pin could be a good thing. Typically, the guys that win the Money in the Bank briefcases are on a bit of a losing streak, and
they won it.
And ahead of the match, right here in the source, I think you fans guessing.
And then they go on a losing streak right before they cash it in.
Right, so this might be a good thing for him. Up next, Asuka defeated Mandy Rose.
A solid outing from Mandy Rose. She got a little bit more offense, but Sonya did attack Asuka during her entrance, which got the jump on her, so she came in the match slightly damaged. But Asuka still took care of her handedly. And again, I think Mandy did a solid job.
Yeah.
And Asuka was as great as she always is.
Yeah, it wasn't so much a good match as it was a surprise. Let me put it like that. I'm not sure if I need to see another match between them, but I was surprised that Mandy held in there. Let me put it like that. And Corey unabashedly, though, throwing support behind Mandy. Maybe for some of our stuff is the same way you'd support Ava Marie in NXT, except for Mandy's not Ava 2.0 like I leave with her ass. My bad, man.
And commentary was funny with Carmella on it.
Yeah.
By just Corey
who glees over Carmella
by saying statements about Mandy.
And Carmella
getting aggravated with him.
Though my favorite was when Mandy was when Asuka was coming out. Corey said a cute chipmunk's gonna get eaten by a falcon. And Tom and Carmella both said what? Simultaneously. And then Asuka just came out. Then he said that's the falcon. And Mandy's a chipmunk. That said, the match was decent. A little more dimensional, but decent. Can't really expect a lot out of Mandy yet, but she did more than you would expect from Mandy. It was her best outing yet, let me know like that.
Yeah.
It didn't really strengthen Asuka or hurt Mandy's credibility, so in that regard, it was fine. Everybody looked even.
Yeah.
It was a match to build up Asuka for Carmella. And the stare down, though, I will admit, I thought was a little awkward, to be honest, in Carmella. Well, I wasn't like on the edge of my seat. Well, I was because my back was hurting at that point from laying back. But I wasn't on the edge of my seat in terms of, oh god, I gotta see this for a good technical match in 3 weeks. I was more on the edge of my seat, and Carmella just looked awkward, holding the championship like Kelly style against Asuka. Well, I think because I wanted Asuka to like kick her or backhand her or something, and she was just like posing.
I get why they didn't do that yet, just because they're gonna save it.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted Asuka just like Sort back down, nod at her, turn, and then turn back and just smile at her.
So I'm not sure if awkward was the intention, but that's...
And then Carmella sort of, like, slowly lower down the belt.
Yeah. Yeah, but they just want the commercial with this. They're on the... I know, they won the match second with Andrade and Sakara and Zelina. Yeah. But afterwards, but I was like... Okay. And the main event, Samoa Joe defeated Big Cass and Daniel Bryan to get the final spot in the men's Money Back Ladder match.
I thought it was a good triple threat. I expected a fantastic, excellent match from Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan, but you kind of had to insert Cass in there because he may or may not have been injured. But I think Cass, for the parts of the match where he dominated, I thought were perfectly fine. Again, I still want to see Joe and Bryan, so I guess they got out of it without giving away a big match.
Joe Gomer was the recall, given the momentum he came to SmackDown with and how much of it he lost with that miserable showing against Roman in that border match at Backlash. With that said, Bryan looked like the real star, especially late as he erupted with flare outfits that had the fans believing. He was en route to the Money Back appearance. Cass standing tall, introduced sneak attack fits his character. And while he was spotlighted nicely, it still kind of makes it difficult to invest in.
Yeah.
As Persona. On 205 Live kicked off with the gentleman Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick defeat and Kalisto and Lindsay Dorado.
Another good match from the NXT teams, 205 Live teams.
Mm-hmm.
More than likely, probably soon to become trios teams.
Yeah. Drew Gulak joined Gallagher.
Yeah, he pretty much walked over to them, shook their hands.
Yeah.
And actually helped them too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense to me. Gulak would probably be the one in the current 205 Live roster that probably would join Gallagher and Kendrick.
Yeah, it's the submission specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I just thought everything was pretty good. They have the correct opponents going up against them.
Yeah.
So the high-flying luchadors versus the ground and pound.
Yeah, they have the race foundation for this tag division and trios division they're going for.
They just need more.
They need more, yeah. And in the main event, Cedric Alexander defeated Buddy Murphy to retain the Cruiserweight Championship in my match of the week. My match of the week as well. When I mentioned the 6-man tag, I was actually mentioning this match as my match of the week. It was a very good match. Buddy Murphy, this is definitely a strong show in the date. Yeah.
Had this been on pay-per-view, I probably would be raving about it and giving it an A+.
Right. So since the Cruiserweights aren't on TV...
I will rave about it as a TV match.
So since the Cruiserweights aren't on...
If you haven't seen it this week, I'd say it.
So since the Cruiserweights aren't on pay-per-view or month, it is an A+ match. So there you go. What TV matches are allowed on A+, is it?
They can, but usually when we do our matches of the year, we don't even do TV matches.
Right, wait, that doesn't mean you can't do it. That doesn't mean you can't give TV
okay,
matches A+.
It's an A+.
Shawn Michaels and John Cena called. Tell them they didn't have an A+ match in 2007. Thank you.
You realize I'm saying that because usually there's not ratings attached to.
There's not, but if we
TV
are,
matches.
this wasn't exactly it. And I'm going to start
that's
saying,
what exactly I said.
This is arguably the best TV match of the year for any brand, so there you go. How long you get that for? Because it had the big fight feel and everything.
Yeah,
for any weekly TV show.
I can agree to that. I even like the video packages.
Yeah, building up
the match, make it even feel even bigger.
And help having the superstars and the GM hype up too.
Oh yeah.
And Dolph's just smiling.
And the robot smiling.
Yeah.
The robot finally showing emotion.
Yeah. And when I see this week, Shayna Baszler's road to the NXT Women's Championship was paved with broken bones and torn ligaments, including the arm of Dakota Kai. I don't know why I made reference to missing meat like McDonald's. Look at that.
You got bullet points for yourself.
Dakota's run in NXT was halted following the ruthless assault on her by the Queen of Spades, and Wednesday night she sought vengeance as she challenged for the top Rising Brainsville division. The match capped off an episode of NXT television that progressed rivalries while simultaneously continuing to introduce fans to new faces that favorite foundation ever must come. Show kicked off with an Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan promo.
Yeah, it was an interesting standoff. I'm interested in seeing how Lars will be at Takeover. Can he go in a big fight and actually pull on a spectacular match? He's got a good opponent to do it, so only time will tell. For the promo, I did like the tension between them, and I thought they told the story nicely of Aleister probably for once in his NXT career being the underdog.
Yeah.
In that image of just Lars catching Aleister's black mask just with one hand. I think that image will stick for a while.
Yeah. Lars been on a roll of late, defeating the Smash Achilles Bane, then knock off for Shane Velveteen Dream in a handicap match. Whether that's enough to justify being number one contender, I guess it's up to your own interpretation. Right now, there really isn't nobody else in terms of who's left, so. But it's the direction of British. Anyway, Aleister's simply phenomenal. The lovely, great match out the big man. The story leading into it, though, compared to recent NXT Championship matches, does feel a little flat.
Yeah.
And will take some more of a magic to connect with audiences, but luckily for them, it's only a 2-week build. It's only a 3-week build up for this match.
Exactly.
So, I'm pretty sure it's not the main event.
Probably not. I'm pretty sure it's Ciampa and Gargano.
Yeah. Up next, the War Raiders defeated people.
Yeah, the War Raiders continuing their strong, impressive, looking offense, and I thought they still looked great. At this point, I'm kind of wishing they would go into a feud with somebody already. At this point, I probably would have kept TM61 heel, but you can also do with the Street Profits, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, the War Raiders destroying fools will never not be entertaining. While we'll be nice to see them showcase some more competition, this will do for now. It's only their third appearance. Literally, it's only their third match. They debuted a month ago. 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They've only been on TV 3 times. Been on TV 4 times, had 3 matches. And they did have a main feud with, what's that team? The Return People. Yeah, so there you go, they did have a first feud. But they can't be putting the tag team title picture right now.
Saying they have to. I said Street Profits. How are they in the title picture?
Didn't they already beat them up?
Probably. But they could.
Either way, I made them beat them up. Wrong show. Wrong NXT. Well, eventually. Next, EC3 defeated Fabian Actor.
Again, Fabian Actor, I thought put on another solid performance for the short matches he's been getting. And EC3, I thought looked perfectly fine. And Gargano came out in the middle of the match. I probably would have did it when like Morrow, Nigel, and Percy were talking about, I don't know, Dakota and Shayna later on in the show, and he just rushes out. I probably wouldn't have done it in the middle of a match, but it is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is, because it is what I think it is, and it is going to be, it really makes sense with what it was. I thought this was some spectacular foreshadowing on the part of the NXT creative team, because you're thinking EC3's won the championship in Brooklyn, correct? Or LA?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So then goes well what I'm going to say. I thought this was a spectacular foreshadowing on the part of the NXT creative team, if that's what was intended. EC3 taking exception to John Gargano's disruption not only fits his character, but also his rivalry between the two down the line in the wake of another takeover event.
Okay. Maybe.
I know I'm right.
We'll see.
I know I'm right. And Fabian was impressive, as he usually is in these short matches, to the point that I kind of hope he one day gets a chance to shine and extend it television match.
Yeah.
Up next, Ricochet defeated Chris Dijak.
Another short match, but it's the first time we've actually seen the former Donovan Dijak, like how I added former there instead of just going straight to his injury.
Yes. At least that one makes sense.
Yeah. Chris Dijak, I thought, had a pretty impressive showing. He showed off his athletic prowess for being a guy that's over, 6'8"?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Ricochet just showed off more of his impressive offense that you just have to sit there and watch.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more of that later in the promo afterwards.
Yeah.
Or Dream comes down and talks about that he can do whatever Ricochet does and better. Ricochet literally runs, does a pseudo plancha, but lands on his feet right in front of Velveteen to Velveteen's absolute shock. He literally just, like something out of Black Panther, just jumped straight up, flipped, landed on his feet, better than any Olympic gymnast, gold medalist. Yeah, just like you didn't even see any like weight landing on his knees.
No,
that was amazing.
Yeah,
like usually there's like a second. It was just no hesitation.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, not only was Ricochet versus Chris a really fun spur of squash match, the post-match involved in the aerial sail and Velveteen Dream was phenomenal. Every Velveteen touches sees a turn gold. And Ricochet's among the most talented wrestlers in the world. There are a wealth of superstars on the NXT roster who's going to be competing in Chicago, and everyone will shake their boots at the idea of following Ricochet and Velveteen. That I'm going to record saying now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That match would be crazy athletic.
Yeah. Their match would be that good and will only be enhanced by a strong build. Since it's this here, we're talking about how the NXT Championship build is a little lackluster of only 3 weeks. We're only a 3-week build. This one's a little different in terms of that. This had a longer build of the NXT Championship.
Yeah, it did. And before we go on, I know Joe said this, but I'll say it now. Velveteen's facial expression to that was just amazing.
Yeah.
Just what? How is that even possible?
I'll tell you what. I told you it's all about Velveteen. I was on the Velveteen bandwagon way before the rest of this.
Dream.
I was right about Velveteen. I don't care what anyone says here.
It was.
I want you all on your knees. Next time when we do the Takeover Chicago review, I want you on your knees when you talk about this match, because I was right about Velveteen. I want you to be begging for my forgiveness. Or bowing down to me. Because I was right about Velveteen. I want you to hear you say I was right. I don't know what Velveteen's going to win you over.
He did win me. He did win me.
Well, tell them Milius.
I like Velveteen Dream.
Oh, okay. I was still right.
And I'm also willing to say his name. Velveteen Dream.
So is John Cena.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear John Cena already say Velveteen.
Exactly.
Velveteen is his dream name. And then the main event, Shayna Baszler defeated Dakota Kai, retained the NXT Women's Championship.
Kind of short, but not unexpected. Where Shayna should look pretty dominant, especially with this kind of run. And I did like the aftermatch with Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Just going crazy, stealing her belt, running back into the ring. Shayna following her, and then Nikki like jury-rigging a match with Dakota Kai as the referee. And Dakota Kai just goes along with it too.
Right.
Like, okay, I'll raise the belt, put it down in the corner, and then
Nikki hit the purse.
Yeah.
And won the
She didn't
championship.
finish her, yeah. And then won the championship.
And Nikki Cross is your new NXT Women's Champion.
No.
I think that counts.
I'm pretty sure
I think
Dakota Kai isn't a WWE official.
She's not?
No.
But if it was Jessica, if it was Lady Jess Referee, she would have.
Even then, no, because the general manager of NXT didn't approve the match.
No, but if Lady Jess Referee rang the bell.
It was just Nikki running out and just starting crap. It was awesome.
Yeah, during the match, Shayna overwhelmed and scared Dakota, as she should have. But the meat of the segment was Nikki's interjection into one style picture. Where she came from, besides being Dakota's life coach, why she was the title, what beef she has with Shayna, that kind of remains to be seen. Like, it's kind of like the NXT Championship in terms of the fuse of. I think they didn't have nobody else credible at that point for a takeover in Big City. In terms of that.
Yeah. Well, the thing I get out of that is she wanted the title before Shayna came in. That's what her and Asuka were fighting over.
Yeah, but
in the last
I'm
Man
hoping they
Standing.
explain that a year later. Because honestly, they were building the Shane and Dakota for Takeover. But that should have probably been the Takeover match.
Probably, yeah.
Just I think Takeover Chicago suffers like I do every year as from a 2-month build to a Takeover.
Yeah.
Some matches kind of get a little questionable. Though Mickey is all said and totally should be in the title hunt. The writing for it is just kind of a little off, but there's only 2 shows left. So, kind of suck. I think this is better executed than the NXT Championship now.
Yeah,
in terms of everything role. Well, just better from here, because this was a good segment. No, that's the most significant questions I've seen usually the Chicago show.
Okay.
Bosh of the week, for me, Bobby Lashley is Sami Zayn's apology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
Show of the week.
I do have my pick.
I guess.
1, 2, 3, 205 Live. For me, the show was just a lot more solid. You can label it under a one-match show, and the match really did deliver, but the one match they had before that also, I thought, delivered pretty well.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
And continued their feud as well.
It's kind of hard to screw up 2 matches.
Yeah.
And the main match, the match they were building for weeks over delivery, so.
Yeah. It over-delivered, and they gave the big fight feel even during the show itself.
Yeah, so it wasn't that hard this week.
Yes.
Up next, it'll be number C 2005 Retro review.
Yes.
See you there.
See you then.